Hello everybody and welcome to another Naruto Theorist video. In today's video, we will be talking about why Rock Lee is the strongest Part 1 Genin in Konoha. Now, basically, as you guys know, as we all know, the homie Rock Lee lost in the prelims of the Chunin exam 3rd round to Gaara. And it kind of looked like in that fight that Gaara kind of just kind of won. Well, not looked like Gaara did win, and it was after a good old little wank by Kishimoto on Gaara's part, because there was a lot of escapes that Gaara had, like maybe cushioning the hidden lotus with his sand or his gourd turning into sand, or him doing like a transformation jutsu into the sand or something like that. I still don't understand that to this day. But yeah, there was a lot of crazy points that went on during that fight that kind of got looked over, but he could have still easily beaten any of the other people in that exam. Now, we're just going to be going over who he could beat in the Konoha 11, and even though Sasuke isn't included in the Konoha 11, we're going to put him in there. So firstly, we're going to go up against him versus Shino, and that should be a pretty easy fight. Now, we are going to assume Rock Lee has his weights off for all these fights, and it's, just a straight fight. Now, if Rock Lee could outrun Gaara's sand with his weights off, you are not going to tell me he could not outrun some beetles with his weights off, and those beetles are not very fast, but they are definitely slower than Rock Lee. So what I'm saying, probably just a little run around to his back, to Shino's backside, and just a little swift kick in the back, and then he's done for. So that's pretty much an easy one. Choji, maybe a little bit later on, maybe if he had the red pepper pill, it may be kind of a rougher fight, but we could see, or the chili pepper pill, which we saw in his fight versus Robo. It may be a little harder fight for Lee, but I still feel like he could manage. The partial expansion jutsu we saw, or the expansion jutsu, all of Choji's abilities make him bigger, and for Lee that just means a bigger target, but that would kind of take away from the hidden lotus and the primary lotus, since you can't really wrap him up and just drive him into the ground like that, since he's so much bigger, and you can't really weigh him down or kick him up in the air because he weighs so much. But I still feel like Lee could probably manage that fight pretty easily. Sakura, I don't think that's even a fight. In the Chunin exam, Sakura faced Ino, and they both punch each other in the face, and they both ended in a draw. That was maybe the lamest fight in the whole show. But yeah, so I feel like that's a pretty easy win. Same thing with Hinata. Hinata kind of put up a fight against Neji, but Hinata is definitely not as fast as Lee, so I feel like Lee would definitely take Hinata out very quickly. Now, Neji is a fight that could be kind of argued. If you really like Neji and you wanked him a whole lot, I guess you could say, maybe if you lowballed Lee a whole lot and really highballed Neji, I guess he may be able to beat him, but in most cases I would say Lee definitely beats Neji, just on the pure fact that Lee is a lot faster than Neji and a lot stronger. Neji does have palm rotation, which he did know during the first Part 1. But I don't think he's fast enough, and his Byakugan can't really track stuff like the Sharingan can. Even though during Part 1 the Byakugan was talked up like it was equal or a little bit less than the Sharingan, and then Shippuden happened, and then it was all over. So Byakugan doesn't really have the tracking abilities. It really just shows the chakra flow through the body, and it can see through distance. So he really doesn't have the tracking abilities and the speed abilities that the Sharingan has. So I feel like Lee should be able to take him out, not pretty quickly, but it could take. He may have to open up a couple of gates to beat him. Now Kiba, this is another fight. I think it's kind of a joke. Kiba never really was that strong. Like through the whole series, I feel like Part 1 Lee may be able to beat Part 2 Kiba. Just because Kiba's, not very strong. It's usually combination jutsu between him and Akamaru, and it's really dependent on Akamaru, and Akamaru's a dog, and I just don't think it's really a fight. Now Shikamaru, that may be a fight. Shikamaru could probably shadow him up, but I feel like if everyone knows each other's powers at the beginning of those fights, I feel like Lee wouldn't let himself get shadowed, or let himself get grabbed by the shadow. And once he does, it's kind of over. But let's just say they know each other's powers. Then Lee could probably beat Shikamaru. Tenten, another one. I'm just not thinking it's that strong. Tenten lost to Tamari pretty easily during the tuning exams, and she kind of got beat up pretty quick. Naruto, I feel like Lee probably could beat in one tail mode. I don't think Lee could beat him, but that only activated because he was fighting Sasuke, and I wouldn't say he could activate that at will. So I don't feel like he has the power to do that. So I feel like one tail mode he probably can't beat. Rock Lee probably loses to Naruto in one tail mode, but if we don't do one tail mode and just do base Naruto with the nine tails power up but not one tail mode, we could probably see Lee winning that fight, as Lee came in and saved Naruto against Kimimaro, who is one of my favorite characters. Kimimaro, he's pretty cool. And then finally, finally, Ino. Again, not really a fight in my mind. It's another one. Because if you noticed in the Chunin exams, it was a big part that the mind transfer jutsu moves pretty slowly, and it was a big part in her fight with Sakura that she only had one chance to use it, and if she missed, then Sakura just basically wins, but she can't win, and it could have missed because it's very slow. So yeah, I think that's not really a fight. And just as a bonus here, we're going to include Sasuke. I feel like Sasuke may be able to beat Lee in... So, say he goes CM1, right? Or no, that'd be CM2, actually. Yeah, so say he goes second state. Lee probably can't really do anything about second state. But Lee had Sasuke had no control over second state. It was more of just like a rage-induced state he went into, which honestly was that whole Naruto Sasuke fight. The first one was just a rage-induced battle, so he didn't really have a lot of control over that. Now, third Tomo Sharingan, that may be a problem for Lee, just because, and this is my opinion, and a couple other people share this opinion with me, that the only reason Sasuke won that fight won the Final Valley first fight against Naruto is because he unlocked his third Tomo in the middle of the fight. Because if you watch it, you can see Naruto just manhandling Sasuke until he unlocked his third Tomo. And then once that happened, he was kind of getting stomped. Yeah, but you could see him, getting chucked in the water and thrown up against stuff. Sasuke would, and he just manhandled. And then third Tomo comes in. Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe third Tomo, but if Lee goes into fifth gate, that's at the point where he can't really see it anymore. As you saw, as we saw in the show, that Kakashi had to pull out his Sharingan to even see Lee's movements in the Gaara fight. But at this point, Kakashi and Kakashi and Sasuke have the same Tomo Sharingan at that point in time. So I could see Sasuke going up against Lee and having it be a fair fight. But I still feel like Lee could beat Sasuke if we exclude second state. So yeah, that's basically all I have for you guys today. That was just me trying to prove, that Lee is one of the strongest, or possibly the strongest of the Konoha 11 in part 1. And he's, one of my favorite, he's one of my favorite of the Genin, and one of my favorite characters in Naruto. And the Rock Lee Gaara fight really cemented my addiction to Naruto, I guess you could say. That one, I was kind of teetering off the edge of watching the show. It was like, the show's okay, I may stop watching it. And then I saw the Rock Lee Gaara fight, and, I've been addicted ever since, I guess you could say. Yeah, so that's basically all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you would like the video, that helps me out a lot. If you'd like to share it, you're awesome. And if you subscribe, then that'd be the greatest thing ever. So thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in a later video. See you guys later.